Speedway activities getting ready to go right away out on the racetrack. We got to hustle stuff along here, Vaughn, because we had all that rain yesterday. We got to slide groups 6, 8, and 12 from SVRA out onto the racetrack. That's up next. Thanks so much for coming by, Vaughn. We're going to see you again a little later on this afternoon.
Yep, of course, it's been a pleasure. Looking forward to later today.
All right, Vaughn Beasley. And here we go. As I said, this will be group 6, 8, and 12. Car to keep your eyes on is that bright yellow Camaro, number 19. Paul Stubber won this one going away yesterday, as he has every time he's raced this year. Got those Dodge Neon ACRs, 2 of them in the field here today. Here's a look at the starting lineup. Jack Schweitzer, Alex McAllister, Paul Stubber in that Camaro, Jeff Lyman, Scott Shadle in another Camaro. Douglas Schweitzer's got the Porsche. Steve Liadis, Ron Pauly, David Roberts, and John Putnam II. That's the Mazda RX-7. Mark Hannafin, Tyler Brooks, Clay Hargett, Rick Ortman in his Corvette, Robert Daimler, Robert Brooks, Stephen Hyatt, Christopher Shoemaker, Tracy Shepard, and Rob Bellevue. Ready to have some fun here on this Father's Day at Indy. Ben Sissel will be joining us up here in the booth in a little bit, once they wrap up all of the podium stuff for Formula Regional Americas. Well, if you're not a huge fan of racing, but you love golf, you can still come on out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Some of the guys over at the Brickyard Crossing today may be enjoying a little bit of both, playing some golf and keeping an eye on the racetrack. The Janetta safety car will be pulling off, and we'll be headed to the green here. You see the pace picking up as they make their way onto the front straightaway. Here we go. And we're green. Stubber quickly into the gas, and that big Camaro powers its way right into the lead and already pulling away. Here comes Shadle in his Camaro as well, and one of the Corvettes up on the outside. So the Chevys all blow past the Porsches as this one goes green, and it's bow ties at the front of the field, Ben. Ben Sissel has made his way up to the booth now, and Stubber right where we last saw him, out front pulling away.
Yeah, but I could hear the excitement in your voice when you said that about the Chevrolets over the Porsches. But now they're getting to the twisty bits, which is the Porsches will have the advantages there. A lot of great cars in this field. This is our SVRA Group 6, 8, and 12.
Stubber doing what he always does, sliding that Camaro around. And the crazy thing is that's a rental ride.
Yep.
He comes all the way from Perth, Australia. Does a lot of business here in Indianapolis. So this one kind of worked out well for him. He could do a little business and a little racing. Problems for the Mustang.
Yeah, not sure what's happening there. Looks like he's trying to get back up to speed.
That's the 95.
Robert Daimler. Mustang Coupe. And here we go. Here's the 2 Porsches up behind one of those bow tie cars. Scott Shadle's got a mirror full of Porsches.
Yeah, he does. And this is where he should be able to fight him off, right here. And he does. What can that Corvette do, the black and red machine? He's going to power past as well. That's the 77, Jeff Lyman. So Lyman's going to move into third. And then it's going to be the number 30 Porsche, Jack Schweitzer, who's going to be just in front of McAllister in the Porsche RSR IROC edition.
So Stubber, huge lead in that Camaro. But if they go 4 wheels over that white line, they get 1 warning. And then after that, like maybe that Porsche just did, after that it's going to be a drive-through penalty. So they have to be careful.
Yeah, Schweitzer was right on the edge of it, wasn't he? But Stubber, oh, and the Mustang's not going to make it all the way around. He's going to bring out a full course caution here.
I don't know. Hopefully he can get refired. But Shadle, now with that number 77 of Jeff Lyman right behind him in that modern Corvette.
That's a C6, and he's looking to the inside.
Shadle might be better to let the Corvette pass him because he's racing these Porsches. Look at those
Corvette's going to give up 2 spots to the Porsches, but watch him come blasting right past again on the front straightaway.
This is a pretty good equalizer of handling versus horsepower.
Yeah, and here comes the 914 as well. It's McAllister. No, that would be the Adams.
So now the Corvette's got some grunt. The Porsche sees it. 0-0 of Alex McAllister.
No,
Mustang
double check that. Douglas Switzer
was able to fire up.
Switzer's in the 914, the white car.
And that's like a Camel GT looking IROC 9146. So Jeff Lyman trying to do something with Shadle. Now watch these Porsches behind him, because there's a long straightaway. They should lose the Corvette and Camaro, but then the Porsche should get right up behind them going into 12. So the horsepower wins this whole, the Ullman straight, long straightaway. But watch how they can just outbrake and get right up behind them. And now the Porsches have the advantage.
The IROC RSR. Ooh, up the
That's
inside.
risky. Coming up behind on Shadle. He's going to try to duck it to the inside here.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to be, oh boy. That's going to be tight. They gave each other enough room. Shadle's going to hang on to the spot.
Ooh, oh, but he did force McAllister, or not McAllister, but
Oh man, look at how close those two are racing here. The Porsche's just not going to have the horsepower down the straightaway.
he forced Switzer into the grass with that one, though. I like how these two cars match the curbing here at Indy.
Yeah.
So this is just the epic battle here, the handling versus horsepower. The American muscle car guys just don't like these little nimble, quick and nimble Porsches. But now Shadle, if he can get on the gas, he might be able to out-drag the 0-0 of McAllister into 7th. I think he's thinking better of it.
The Corvette closing up down the Holman straight.
McAllister just bouncing off the curbs. Shadle doing really well to keep that big Group 12 C6 behind him. I wasn't expecting that. Uh-oh.
Oh, he cooked it. Oh, he lost all his momentum there. And the 914 getting inside the Corvette. It's the other Switzer entry.
It's Hannafin in the number 85.
And Ortman in the red Corvette in front of him.
Somebody's getting black flagged.
Ortman running in 13th. Leader's working through some traffic here. Third and fourth right there. Spitzer and Shadle.
I'm hearing from race control that the 8.5 is in pit lane for shortcutting one of the corners. That neon is sitting up very high. Not sure what kind of setup they have.
Cornering on 3 wheels. Did you see that?
For some reason, they gave him the off-road setting on that suspension.
Yeah.
This is probably the smoothest track we visit all year.
For sure.
There's that beautiful Datsun 510.
Mustang running good now, isn't it?
Yeah. The 2 BMWs are out there, but here comes Stubber up into lap traffic now. Stubber smooth into turn 1. The thing about him is he can get on the power quicker than most in these vintage American muscle cars.
Well, he's not afraid to slide it.
I did ask him this morning. He is a dirt tracker, so that explains why he's so good in the rain, because I've been to Perth and it doesn't seem like it rains quite a bit there.
No. But there is a good dirt track there.
Stubber with Concierge Motorsports in the rental.
Speaking of dirt tracks,
yeah,
there's the home of the BC 39 coming up in July. Big midget race. They're going to run sprint cars on that track this year, too.
That's crazy. So these two went at it all day yesterday, and they're paddocked and pitted next to each other. Rick Ortman, Clay Hargett, good friends.
Dirt track is located over towards turn 3 of the big track here.
There's the other neon. 2 second-gen neons out there as Stubber comes around. He's out in the marbles a little bit. See that?
That was Hyatt, correct, in the Dodge Neon that we just went
I
past?
believe so, yeah.
So Stubber is lapped up to 15th.
It should be David Roberts in that number 2.
One of the IROC Porsches. Of course, the first year of the International Race of Champions seasons was all Porsche 911s. Mark Donahue won that championship that year.
Look at that. Little Wankel engine rotary Mazda RX-7. David Roberts just trying to figure out a way around it. He should be able to outmotor him here. And Rob Bellevue in that Street Tires Janetta, who did very well yesterday in the rain.
Look at the RX-7 close up under braking.
What's the deal with the cars of the same color finding themselves on track today?
Been a lot of that, hasn't there?
So we have a rotary engine versus an air-cooled engine. Now here's these BMWs, Ron Pauly and Liadis out there just having a ton of fun in these M2s. Stubber looking pretty planted.
You know, he just doesn't put a wheel wrong, does he? He is just solid the entire time. This is by far the best battle on the racetrack. And this would be for 10th overall. Comes the RX-7 up the inside with a great drive off the final corner. Or not the final corner, but...
He did that last time, turn 12. So that's John Putnam the second. David Roberts going to have to try to get him back after 14. He was patient last time. Here's a Group 8, Lotus 7. Tracy Shepard. I think I saw Stubber behind. So Roberts back around Putnam, but remember how Putnam was able to outbrake him and get right up behind him again.
.914 working its way around one of the slower neons.
Shadle behind the 9146. Surely that's not. Okay, there he is. There's Stubber. His door's open. Is that his door? Or is that no? That's just his rear fender. Okay, it scared me. The 19A.
Stubber has an 8.5 second lead over Switzer in his Porsche right now. These two still fighting over 10th. Shadle holding on. 6th. He's at 5th now, just getting in front of Switzer.
And we're going to have white flag out on Stubber next time by. So Scott Shadle will be our first in Group 6. TAS. Paul Stubber will be first in Group 6 AP. And that battle's been going the whole time between the Corvette and the Porsche of McAllister and Lyman and Switzer. This is where that Porsche would like to get him coming into 12. If he can stay behind him, he can outbrake him. I don't think he's behind him. He looks like he's slowing down.
White flag waving for Stubber. And more problems for the Mustang. Tomlin. I don't know what Stubber pays to rent that car each weekend, but he gets every nickel out of it.
Yeah, those tires are wearing away. But man, he hits his marks. That is a consistent race car driver. Here's the two BMWs.
That might be one of the winningest Camaros in the country, because if he shows up in it, he's usually claiming the checkered flag.
Yeah. Yeah, Concierge Motorsports out of Dallas, Texas. They do a really good job working this, and it looks like Paul Stubber is just having the time of his life out there. Well, I know you as a Chevrolet person are going to like this finish.
This will be a good one. couple more corners to slide through. Grabbing gears now as he heads towards the Yard of Bricks. And a second win here this weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Paul Stubber. Driver out of Perth, Australia, taking the win in the Concierge Camaro.
But Jack Switzer did really well to stay with him in that Porsche. Finished second. That's our 12. First place is Jack Switzer. Then Jeff Lyman, Group 12, second place. McAllister was third in Group 12. And Scott Shadle is second, Group 6.
Here comes the fight with Putnam. They still have to settle the battle for 10th.
This is
Roberts
where
and Putnam.
the RX-7 likes to get him here at 12, and it might be a race just to the Yard of Bricks here. If he can get him at 12, it'll be a drag race.
Here he comes, looking up the inside. Got him, and they got the Mustang just in front of them. Gonna have to play that card right.
Oh no, this might get too interesting.
Putnam and Roberts. Putnam in the Mazda RX-7, just in front of Roberts' Porsche. Onto the front straightaway. Putnam with the advantage by about a car length. Here comes Roberts. The drag race is on to the Yard of Bricks. The Porsche's just going to beat him to it.
Oh, that was crazy.
Putnam did everything right, but not bringing the right amount of horsepower to the event.
Yeah. But I bet you both of those gentlemen had a blast. They passed each other 2 times a lap.
Here's a look at the results. Stubber, Switzer, Lyman, McAllister, and Shadle, the top 5. Switzer, Pauly, Liadis, Bellevue, and Roberts in the Porsche taking the top 10. Well, that was an entertaining race, Ben, for groups 6, 8, and 12. Their second race